Hiya, folks. Good seeing you all again. So, today is going to be the last episode of Adventure Time Month, and as I've been kind of alluding to with the snail in pretty much every one of these episodes, it's going to be the Lich. So, without further ado, see how it goes. Alright, so the Lich, everybody. So, pretty obviously, this could have been seen coming if you're a fan of Adventure Time, because they're that running thing throughout good majority of the series where the snail is at one point possessed by the spirit of the Lich before going on for more shenanigans. Just gonna toss in a little spoiler thing here. Granted, the show itself is, God, it's been off air for a while now. I don't even remember exactly how long. But I'm doing so because some of the things that I want to talk about are a little bit of spoilers for some of the later parts of the show. So, that being said, gonna continue on here. The Lich, in accordance to like original mythology and mythos, is like the Lich King, who was a wizard that turned himself undead to effectively grant himself immortality. He is arguably the kind of most insane design given the tonality of Adventure Time, and voiced by Ron Perlman, Hellboy, the original Hellboy, I should say, in terms of movie adaptations. So it feels kind of fitting that it would be another horned creature, Hellbent, that would be voiced by Mr. Ron. But the spoiler thing specifically is that the Lich's soul possesses the snail and then piggybacks and kind of half-ass possesses the bear from one of the episodes before going and killing Billy and taking over his body. And we only know that it's like actually killing Billy because of a one-off comment from Prismo, who's an entire can of worms in his own right. So if you guys would like to see a video on him, I'll gladly in the future. But Prismo makes the comment, "Why is there a corpse wearing a dead guy?" Or not a corpse. Why is there a ghost wearing a dead guy? And it's ooh, this show gets nutty. I tell you what. But no, and this is part of why I love Adventure Time so much. Is even all this time later, after having watched and rewatched the show, I hadn't realized that Ron Perlman was the voice of the Lich until just a month ago, something like that. Not to mention that Lou Ferrigno is the voice of Billy, so that just adds an entire layer onto the whole ghost wearing a dead guy thing, because it's Hellboy wearing the Incredible Hulk. And that's just a special kind of crazy to me, and it's little fantastical things and bits of trivia like that I love so much about the show. But yeah, so here we are today creating the Lich, trying to do justice to the creepy yet also somehow Adventure Time cute uh design. Honestly, when I was drawing this, I got to about this stage of the process, and ooh wee, I was like, yeah, that's looking pretty that's looking like it's gonna give someone a nightmare. Um, so to any of you that are watching this and are getting a little off put by this faceless design kind of just sitting here for as long as it is, don't worry, it gets a little better looking pretty soon after adding this kind of tattered crown that the Lich wears. But yeah, no, and the the Lich's design is just, God, I keep wanting to just say it's so out there. It's so it is one of those things that cartoons were just able to do back just a handful of years ago, and why these larger cartoon companies were under so much less scrutiny about what they were putting out, because shows like Adventure Time or Steven Universe, regular show, I mean, even as recently as like OKKO or some of the newer stuff that's coming out on Disney Channel, like Fish Hooks, back when that was the thing, or um, Big City Greens. Big City Greens is a good mention for what I'm talking about. Or like Owl House, where it was people that grew up watching some of those cartoons in like the 90s, and they knew the kinds of things that they would have want to have seen when they were growing up, while also kind of tossing in some of that flair of stuff that they liked more as adults. So like in Adventure Time, like we get these fantastical worlds, we get these cute adorable creatures and these goofy adventures and all of these other wonderful and fantastical things. But then we also get the D&D fantasy of seeing creepy demonic creatures like the Lich, or like the hair episode, or the intense psychosis that is the food chain episode. And it's even going into some of the more heart-wrenching things like the loss of self that Simon Petrikov, the Ice King, goes through throughout the series, or the reclamation of self that characters like Princess Bubblegum and Marceline go through. It's not something that's lost in the modern day, but with some of the things that are going on with some of these production studios, it's something that we're at risk of falling away from. And I'm hoping that these production companies realize that there are so many great artists out here that want to make these wonderful and fantastical shows, because a lot of these indie production companies are making these amazing and fantastical things, between Busy Pop, Glitch, and so many other creators. I just wish that larger production companies could see their worth. But folks, I suppose I should probably wrap this up and do the good YouTuber thing. If you liked this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more in the future, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. And if there's something you'd like to see in a future video, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, folks, it was good having you. Bye.